the last 20 years, technology got much better. Now, we have things that were just ideas before. Welcome to Superstructures. Today, we're diving headfirst into a time capsule, exploring the breathtaking possibilities of how life will look like in the year 2050. Strap in as we take you on a journey through the dazzling technologies of the future. First, let's take a look at nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is super cool. Scientists have been doing cool stuff with it for a while now. They found lots of ways to use it. It might change how we live. Smart people say that in the future, tiny robots called nanobots could go into our brains. This would help us connect to virtual worlds really fast. Our brains and computers would work together. This would make us really smart and able to solve big problems. We might not even need phones or calculators. This is great news for future students. Math may not be so hard anymore. Up next, let's talk about 3D print technology, which is really amazing. Right now, it's pretty advanced. But guess what? In 2050, it's going to get even cooler. We can already make tools and homes with 3D printers. But in the future, we might be able to print even more things, like tools and maybe even some types of transportation if we have bigger printers. And guess what? More people will be able to use 3D printers. That means we can make all sorts of things. If people keep sharing their 3D printable designs, soon everyone might be printing big stuff like furniture and maybe even weapons. And hey, here's a cool thought. What if we make an affordable 3D printer for food? It could help solve world hunger, especially with global warming causing problems. Exciting, right? Let's talk about something really big. Medicine. We're moving from getting rid of phones to getting rid of death. By the year 2050, death might not be forever anymore. With brain and computer connections using BCI technology, the stuff in our brains could be saved like computer files. This means our memories and info could be put into another being, like a super advanced robot. This way, really smart people could keep on working even if they're not human anymore. There's another cool thing too. Serious diseases like cancer might have a cure by then. But there's a catch. These new things are usually super expensive at first. So, regular folks might have to wait a bit before they can use these amazing technologies that could save lives. Let's talk about how we get around. Transportation. In the year 2050, things will be very different. You know those cars that can drive themselves? Well, by 2050, we might have a lot of those. Car makers like Tesla are already trying out self-driving cars, so it's not too hard to believe. These cars could be super safe and work together with traffic systems, so accidents might go way down. Here's the cool part. With self-driving cars, we won't have to drive anymore. We can relax or do other stuff while the car takes us where we want to go. That's a lot of extra time since we won't be stuck in traffic. Oh, and have you heard of the Hyperloop One project? It's a super fast train that goes underground using magnets. It could be a game changer for public transportation. Imagine going really fast, like 310 kilometers per hour. This could make traveling faster, cheaper, and better for the environment. If more people use it, there might be even fewer traffic problems. Exciting times ahead. Still about transportation, but this time it's about fuel we use. In the future, all the ways we travel will use renewable energy. Right now, we have a big problem with global warming and we're using up our natural resources. So, we need to find better energy sources that won't hurt the planet. Car makers are trying to make cars that don't make dirty stuff in the air. All these things are part of a plan to stop using fuels that make carbon. People are also checking out the wind, sun, and heat from the ocean. There's a cool company called Blue Rise that's working on a special project. They want to use the ocean's heat to make energy. If they succeed, we might not need things like oil and gas anymore. That would be awesome for our planet. Let's hope they and others can fix some of the environmental problems we're facing. Now let's talk about something really exciting. Exploring space. You know, if we want to help our planet, some people say we should look to space. There are companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin that want to change how we do things in space. They want to explore space and even help us live on other planets. It's like starting new communities out there. By the year 2050, these companies will have done amazing things. Some lucky people might even get to travel to space for fun, like a space vacation. Imagine going to cool places like Mars or the Moon for a holiday. But here's the thing, going to space will cost a lot of money, so only really rich people might be able to go. It's a bit sad that not everyone can do it, but it's still super cool to think about. Now let's talk about artificial intelligence, or AI. This is something that might be available to everyone. AI is already really smart, and it's going to keep getting even smarter in the future. Smart people who know about this stuff say that AI might become even better at thinking than human brains. That could be good, but also a little scary if we're not careful about it becoming too powerful. But don't worry, scientists are working on making sure AI understands important human values before we use it in our everyday lives. When AI gets really good, it will change how we work. It might take over lots of jobs that people do now. In fact, around half of the jobs we have today might be done by AI machines and robots in 2050. So the world will be more connected and focused on data than it is now. This could mean that some of us might need to think about doing different jobs. It's a big change, but it's exciting to see how AI can help us in the future. Next up, education. How we learn things. Things are changing just like jobs are changing. Right now, we are seeing more learning happen online, especially because of the pandemic. By the year 2050, most schools might be digital. Even if you go to a physical school, you won't need books. Instead, you'll use tablets and laptops. Smart people who know about higher education think that more than 70% of students will learn online. This means education will be more global, which is a good thing. Everyone should have a chance to learn well. And get this, the teachers might be AI-powered robots. These robots could make lessons, give talks, and even grade your work. But here's the funny part. You won't be able to ask a robot for more time on your assignments like you could with a human teacher. Things are changing, and it's going to be interesting to see how we learn in the future. Moving on, we have the metaverse, a cool new thing. You might have heard about it from Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. It's like a mix of virtual reality and AI, and it's becoming a part of our daily life through social media. In case you're wondering, the metaverse is a kind of virtual world. You use special computer programs to be there, and you can hang out with other people using AI. It's like a big game where you use avatars to represent yourself. As the metaverse gets better, by 2050, you could do a lot of things in this virtual world, like shopping or traveling, all from your own home. You can even show off your virtual adventures to everyone. Imagine going on a vacation with your family, but you're not really there. That's the metaverse. It's like we're getting more connected, but sometimes it feels like we're also staying apart. Exciting times are ahead. Let's talk about money, something we use every day. But guess what? The way we use money is changing. Cash is getting used less and less, and by 2050, it might not be used at all. Everything will be done online, like with virtual money. And there will be new ways to do money stuff because of smart technology and something called decentralized finance. As the world starts using these new things, we might not even need to go grocery shopping anymore. Just like Tesla orders its own car parts, our fancy fridges and cupboards might order our groceries for us. No more forgetting the milk or running out of it. Money is changing just like everything else. Let's talk about homes, the places where we live. In the year 2050, homes will be super smart and automated. We already have smart homes, but the ones in 2050 will be even cooler. They'll have AI, which is like a smart brain, and it will know what we need without us telling it. Imagine your home sensing your mood and doing things for you. And get this, we'll have hologram TVs. You can just ask for it and the hologram TV will show up in front of you. No more searching for the remote control. And guess what? You won't even need to touch anything to control the TV. You can use your mind thanks to the nanotechnology we talked about earlier. Homes are getting really high-tech, and it's going to make life super convenient. And that brings us back to where we started, wrapping up our journey into the possibilities of 2050. It's important to remember that this was just a fun exercise of imagination, and not everything we talked about might actually happen. But if you think about it, many of these ideas are already taking root in today's world. One thing is clear, with how fast technology is growing, The world will definitely change a lot by 2050. I really hope our current ways of living can handle all these exciting new things. So, what are your thoughts on these future innovations? Do you think life will really be like this in 2050? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Superstructures for more fascinating stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.